Hi guys, it's Serena here. Thank you for joining me again on my YouTube channel. Today I have a few things to show you, and it's very gloomy out. It's very gloomy inside. The lighting is terrible, so I hope you can see with this awful glare that I've got going on up here. It's the best I can do for now. I have to grab a time when most people are out of the house and it's quiet, so this is what I've got, a nice cloudy day. All right, so I wanted to catch you up on a few things. Number one is that you all know that I've been having a problem with space, and I have a hard time finding a space or an area to paint in, to draw in, and so forth. I'm basically doing it on my lap, and it's been hard to balance my sketchbook and my work and my paint and everything on my lap. So I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but look what I got. And we've seen these around. Everybody's seen these around. You basically put your, this one has a really tight clip, but you basically put your work or your paper on here and you put this on your lap, and it's got enough room that if I'm working small enough I could actually put a little palette on here too and work off of that. So I am, and it's got a little nice little rubber band here. I am very happy with this. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but this is going to at least be my portable studio for now, until I can get a more permanent space. So hopefully I'll be able to do more painting or drawing and bring you some more of that on my channel, rather than just these unboxings that I seem to have been doing on and on and on. With that said, I do have an unboxing of sorts for you today. This was basically my Christmas present, so I think I have a little leeway and I'm allowed to do this one. First of all, I do want to show you something that I found that I did years and years ago. Now, basically, I want to show you that I can do more than just unboxings. I dug this out, and I kind of want to give you maybe a more close-up of this. Okay, hopefully that is focusing. And I dug this, sorry for the glare, it's got a little acetate on it to keep it from getting wet. But I dug this out of my storage, found this the other day, and this is something that I drew and painted first with waterproof ink, and then I used some Caran Neocolors that I got as a teenager. And I must have done this when I was, I would say 17, maybe 16, 17, 18. Anyway, this goes to show you why you should always date your work, and I'm still guilty of not doing that, but this is why you want to date your work, because I would know for sure when I did this. In any case, this is basically to demonstrate that I did use Neocolors years ago, and I absolutely love them. The colors are vibrant, and look, this is, I can't tell you how many years ago this was. We're going on 30 some odd years, something like that. So it's years ago, but just to give you an idea how vibrant the colors stay, of course they were in a sheltered place, they weren't out in the sun, but I do want to just show you how nice those colors are. Now, that being said, you can guess what my Christmas present was. I have had this on my list, my wish list, for about a year. So let's take a look. Ta-da! Yes, I did open it. I was bad. I could not wait. I did not have the Christmas morning. I waited till Christmas morning to give myself a little treat, even though I knew exactly what it was. I could not wait to look at this. So this is the Caran 84 Neocolor 2 Aquarelle. So this is the water-soluble set. And let's take a look. We'll take this off. You've seen these unboxings on this channel before, not my channel, but on YouTube before. So I'm not going to go through this color, that color, and so forth. But I'm not going to do a full review on this. But what I will do is swatch it for you so that you can see the colors and the names, because I know a lot of these are available in open stock. And when I watch YouTube swatchings, which I love to do, for colors that or a brand that I may want to try, it's so helpful when I can see close-ups of the actual color. And that way I kind of know that color's not for me, or, oh, I've got to have that one. So I will do the swatching for you and show you what these colors are in case you want to get some open stock if they're available where you are. I'm sure they're not available in all 84 colors, so sorry about that. But if you find, you know, even if you just get a few of these or a handful for $1 or $2 each, you can build a nice set, a nice palette, and use these, you know, for mixed media. You can use them, of course, for watercolor. They're really, really vibrant. Anyway, they have this nice little chart on the inside. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got all the colors pre-listed. Now, I know it's just cardboard, so it's just going to give you an idea of the color itself. It's not going to give you an idea of the vibrance or vibrancy when you put it on watercolor paper. But let's get some eye candy here. Oh, look at this. Okay, we're going to move this to the side. Look at the colors. And you know these have 2 trays. People have put reviews on Amazon saying, oh, well, you know, it's a very nice heavy set, but it doesn't have any grays or browns or reds. And it's got a second tray, guys. Feel for that. It's right under there. You can kind of feel that a little bit and pull it up. This set is made to fit this right into the other side. And I'm going to pick that up. And I will actually, instead of backing up, I'm going to kind of lift these trays up so you can see the colors, because I can't, once I get my camera in the holder here, it's really hard to get out. And it's hard to, speaking of hard to get out, it's hard to get these out. Okay, unfortunately these are in a plastic tray. I wish these were in a metal tray too, but the bottom makes it a metal tray. So I'm going to pull these up, so hopefully out of the glare, so that you can see these beautiful colors. And I will swatch them with the color numbers and or names. Look at those browns. Oh, I'm so excited to use browns and the greens. Look at those greens, those sap kind of greens. More browns and a few more, a little more brown and green. Then some grays. I hope this is coming out okay with the horrible light we have. Look at that. And the grays and those. Okay, put those down. Let us take a look at this tray. And we continue on with the greens. This is actually upside down. I put it back upside down because I was having trouble with the closure on one side of these. Look at those blues and purples. Nice for a seascape on those blues. Look at that. And it goes on into purples. Look at those. Pinks. Really nice if you do any kind of florals. It's got a nice range here. But anyway, I am going to go ahead and swatch these out for you. So let me put these back for now. Now, I would like to show you something that I've used for years. This is just a butcher's tray. I bought this in high school. Believe it or not, that was back then when I used to do all kinds of paintings. So let me see if I can get some light on this without a glare so you can read kind of what it says. I'm getting a glare on there, huh? I actually have a headlamp on to give myself some supplemental lighting, but there it is. And I'm hoping that is showing. If you need to stop the video, go ahead and stop it to get that information. I think it shows you where I got it. They do sell these in the art stores, so you can get any kind. They're all good, but this is, I've had this for years. it is actually a butcher's tray. It's not for art, but it works for art. It's got a very short height. It's less than 1 inch, and that's all I need. I'm not overflowing my paints, so this is fine. I wanted to show you, I took my mixed media pad from Caran, and I did a quick, without a reference, just a quick sketch, you know, to see how some of these colors worked. And this was with my old set. I mean, I did it in the dark at night. I didn't even have light, but I just wanted to see how they perform, because I kind of haven't used these in a long time. I forgot. It kind of leaves a little bit of a waxy feel to the surface, but it's not objectionable. It's fine. I wanted to see how I would reactivate it, and I remember now why I use the butcher's tray. I don't particularly like the crayon-y look of applying it directly to the painting. Many people do. If you know, a lot of people use mixed media or do mixed media work, and that you want that real kind of organic texture of the paper to show through, and the crayon-y gaps in there. But I don't particularly like that. So what I'm going to do, I'll just show you how I use this butcher's tray. And I just took a random color, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get some color. I don't want to use the point right now. I just get some color on there like that. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. And what I do is I take my brush and I wet it. And what you can do is just activate it right there. Just activate it right there. Of course, I didn't put a whole lot on there because I don't want to waste it. I'm not particularly using that color. But I'll go ahead and show you on a blank piece of paper what that looks like. So I just do that, and then I do my painting like that. So, and you can make it more concentrated or add more water and thin it down. That's pretty thin to begin with. But it just gives you an idea of how you can use the butcher's tray to transfer it over. And you don't see any of those marks on the paper. Of course, if you do like the marks, you can do that too. And it does activate. You've all probably seen so many videos of this where people are activating the Neo colors. And that's what happens. It does leave, if you do it very lightly, it does leave a little bit of that organic kind of grittiness underneath, which is kind of nice. Or if you brush it all the way, you can get rid of that and have just a smooth result. Now, this is just mixed media paper. This is not meant for that kind of scrubbing. So if you use watercolor paper, of course you're going to get a better result. I am going to move my pan to the side, and what I'll use, you've seen me use this in the prior video or video before this, and this is the Painter's Color Diary from HG Art Concepts. I reviewed this in my last video, so if you want to see what the review is like, I'll link it up top here and you can take a look at that. But see how vibrant those colors are? The more I use this, the more I'm really liking this. I got a lot of comments from people that said, well, what do you really need this for? Just go ahead and do a swatch or on your own, you know, paper, or do a binder, which is really a great idea too. You don't really need to have a special thing for this, but this was designed so well. It's got removable pages and, you know, replaceable pages. You can take them out, put them back in, and that's what I'm going to do with this 84, because I've got the 84 set of Caran d'Ache, which is not going to fit on one page. But what you can do, as I pointed out in the other video where I reviewed this, is that you gently take this out. If I can get it out, I'm trying to do it gently, and you can move it over to the other side. Now, I thought the acetate leaf in between the protective layer did come out, just like the pages, but it actually doesn't. It's in there, so I don't want to tear it out. But what I'm going to do is paint on this side, then attach the sheets here, flip this over, and then paint on this side. And of course, it's still more than this, so I'm going to go on the third page here to complete all 84. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch all 84 because that is going to be boring for you guys, but what I'll do is go ahead and swatch them label them all, and then I'll give you a close-up, hopefully in better light, of what the swatch looks like, what number or name it is, so that if you're interested in those particular colors, you can get them directly from an art store that sells open stock. I know Jerry's does, I believe Jerry's does, Jackson's does as well. Now, I do have an affiliation with Jackson's, and this is not a paid promotion, but I will put a link below for Jackson's if you do purchase from them. If it's your first purchase, you get a percentage off. I'll put the exact details in the link. Even if it's not your first purchase with them, if you use the link for Jackson's that I leave below and purchase some of these, or enter their system through my link and then search for something else that you wanted and purchase something else, I still do get a commission. It does help me a little bit to bring you some of these videos, because art supplies are very expensive, as you know, and I don't have an unlimited budget, but I do like to try things from now and then, from time to time, and show you what different products there are out there that you might not know about. So it does help me a little bit to purchase it. And your use of the link doesn't increase your cost at all. So I do appreciate, for those of you who've done it already, thank you, thank you, thank you. Those who will do it, thank you as well. But you can purchase these at a number of art stores, and you can get the individual colors as well. Maybe not all of them, as I said, but enough to make yourself a nice little palette if you don't want to buy a set, a pre-made set. So without further ado, let me go ahead and do my swatching, label them out, and then I'll show you the results so you can judge for yourself what you think of this Caran d'Ache set. Okay, so I thought I'd just throw this in real quick. I'm setting down to swatch this for you guys, and for me, of course. And you see what I have over here. I've got my coffee and some pastries here, some homemade pastries. And this is not really what you should be doing right next to your mixing container, because you know what's going to happen. I'm either going to rinse my brush in my coffee, or I'm going to take a swig out of my mixing water. And this has to be a lesson to everybody who uses like paints that are a little toxic. Like if you use cadmiums, I love me some cadmiums, even though they're very, very bad for you. There's nothing like those yellows and oranges. However, don't do this. Okay, so I swatched all these Neocolors, these 84 Neocolors, and it took me forever, but well worth it. My original idea of coloring on the butcher's block and then transferring over the paint was losing me some of the vibrancy. So what I decided to do was to go back over the page and color it with the crayon, with the Neocolor, and then reactivate it with a paintbrush and go over it again. So some of these I've done that too. But I want to go ahead and show you what the colors are. And I'm hoping you're getting some of this brilliance here, because the place I'm shooting it in is a little bit cloudy today. I tried to go in order of the way they were in the trays, although if I were going to change or set up the palette, I would change it a little bit. There's a couple colors that are kind of out of place here. But I just was very happy with the vibrancy. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to use these. I certainly don't think you need an 84 set. I certainly don't need an 84 set. It's nice, but you can get by just getting some of those colors that you really like. And I tried to put the numbers in here as well. Some of the spelling is weird, like sienna, they only use one N. So I guess some of it was lost in translation. I copied it exactly the way it shows it on the crayon itself. So if you see my misspellings, that's why. It's not how we usually do it in America, but most of them were spelled or translated correctly according to how we say it. Okay, so that's that page. That's the first few. Now I have the others separated by a sheet here, and we'll continue on. Actually, we should continue on from the bottom, shouldn't we? Move that over. There we go. Grass green. Some of these colors look a little bit close to each other. So again, you don't really need all the colors to get a nice palette. I'm tending to like some of the oranges and browns. I'm really starting to get into some of those. Now I'm trying to stop a little bit along the way so you can freeze frame if you need to, if you see a color that you really like, so that you're getting all of it in. I hope it's not taking up too much time. That's a little weird one, this one right here. I don't know, it's kind of like a really funny color. But I could see some applications for it maybe. I really like the neutrals that they've got. The olives, you know, the browns. They're very, very nice. And again, you know, this is really a convenience set. Let me go ahead and move on to the next page, which is the last bit here. Now, these three, the bronze, silver, and the gold, really do not have a sheen to them to speak of. So I don't really even know if they're useful. This color I could really see in a stormy sky. It's got that kind of sickish, yellowish sky that you get when a thunderstorm is really turning bad. So I could really see using that. But I do think they put quite a few grays in here. I put the white in here just for the sake of seeing that, how opaque it was. Obviously it's opaque. They've got a lot of cool and warm neutrals in the black-gray range in this set, but I don't really think that I would use that many. I would rather see more other colors than those, but this is how they put it together. They did have a set with 100 and some odd colors, which I can't even imagine. I mean, there's a lot of colors here to begin with. So I can't even imagine having 100 some odd colors, but I hope this helped you a little bit to be able to see these swatched out. And my page doesn't want to lay flat, does it? I'm going to flatten that underneath so I don't bend it. But the colors are really nice, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun using these. You know, it's what's life for? You look at that. Look at those colors. Just gorgeous. Well, I thank you for joining me today on my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this and got something out of it. I know I did. I enjoyed the swatching, and I'm going to have lots and lots of fun with my Caran d'Ache set and my new laptop studio. My makeshift studio, so I'm glad for this. But Caran d'Ache, oh, I can't wait to just like get some paintings going on this. Make sure you hit the like button and leave me a comment if you've tried these or if you'd like to see some other videos, and subscribe if you haven't done that so far. If you have, thank you so much. It does really help. Keep in mind, my videos are going to be far and few because I'm having a hard time with the painting and with being able to film when it's quiet in the house and when the lighting is a little better. So bear with me. I thank you for staying, and I will see you next time.